Paris is Bumping is the brainchild of a child who loved professional wrestling and ballroom, who went to a ball when he was 14 years old and was kind of taken aback at its similarities to the independent wrestling shows that he went to, and thought one day these two worlds should come together and we should see what happens. And then 10 plus years later, I got the opportunity to do that. And then the world ended. And then I got to do that in a cinematic version. And it did really well. And now the world is kind of coming back to some sort of new normal or whatever. And we're going to do this thing with people July 10th in New Jersey.
Yes, it's in Ridgefield Park, right?
Ridgefield Park at the world famous Knights of Columbus, where many a independent wrestling show, quinceañera, divorce party take place. So
that Ridgefield Park is where my mom was born.
Oh, wow.
Have these worlds collided? I mean, we've talked about like Asandro and Exoticos and stuff, but specifically like ballroom culture, as seen in the movie like Paris is Burning, which the title of the show references. Have we seen like any crossover prior to this? Because they are so similar.
I mean, I think they tried to do it with Peter Avalon on AEW and gave up after 2 weeks. I wonder where they got inspired from. But
what was that? I missed that. That must have been like a dark.
It was like it was a dark thing, and like he was walking to the ring and being scored by women, and then they like dropped it after 2 weeks. We haven't seen this kind of crossover before. This is the first of its kind. This is, outside of drag queens kind of working their way into wrestling, queer culture hasn't really been really put in. Queer culture really hasn't been put into the wrestling space as like a way to amplify a voice, as a way to add a flair to a show, as a creative construct, any kind of, I got a college degree words you want to use. So this is the first of its kind, really kind of like not making fun of, dignifying, celebrating a particular kind of queer culture and Black queer culture at that, for a professional wrestling event. Like we've only kind of just seen drag queens kind of be introduced in the past, I'd say about 5-6 years or so. And now we're kind of taking bigger steps into really letting wrestling be a hybrid medium, which, in my opinion, it's best as.
Mm-hmm. One of the guests on the show is Washington Heights. Recently, New Jack passed away. Was Washington Heights involved at all in the world of wrestling? Was this like a first step into it?
Yeah, she was the first everything she did in wrestling. Was my show when we did it, the cinematic version. We filmed it in last September. It came out last October. She kind of never felt like that there was like a place for her in wrestling. She never, she didn't have the best relationship with her father. And there's a lot of reasons as to her not feeling as welcome as she probably should have felt in wrestling. And when the things came out about some of the things she went through with her father, I was like, no, like, dude, there's a place for you in wrestling. Like, come hang out with us. Like, we're gonna do this really weird art school project thing, and we want you to be a part of it. And there's a space for you. Like, I didn't know what she was gonna do. I was like, just come. Come. We'll figure it out. Just come. And then she came, and then I was like, yo, just do your thing, and I'll find a way to put it in. And she served a great purpose for it because she was the main event attraction. And that was a lot of fun. So she's been doing some more stuff. She's been part of my pal MB Young's Holly M Cult parties, doing some stuff there. I have a feeling she's going to be doing a lot more things in wrestling. I think that beyond her family ties, because I think they actually are kind of irrelevant in her case. I think she's just a really interesting performer and really funny and engaging and kind of matches the energy of where we're at as an industry. So I think we'll see a lot more of her.
The Wrestling Club with Darren and Brett. We've got a show that you'll never forget.